questions, and they're going to answer the questions, and I'm going to answer some of those questions as well. What I have found as I've traveled, well, actually, let me say this to you. For the 31 years I've been building my Mary Kay business, I've always trained in front of guests. I've always trained in front of guests. Because number one, I think the things we learn in Mary Kay are life lessons. And another thing is that if I was considered to run a Mary Kay business, I want to know what kind of training I'm going to get. I want to know what kind of support I'm going to get. And I want you to be clear, I personally don't tell people I'm here to help you. I don't tell people I'm here to help you. I will tell you I'm here to support you. The reason I don't want to help you is because I never want anybody to do something for someone else that they're capable of doing for themselves. Because if you do something for someone that they're capable of doing for themselves, you enable them. You make yourself feel better and them feel worse. So directors, be very selective in your words and your thoughts when you're leading people. Because people want to be guided on this journey of self-discovery. If you tell them what to do, they will not have the opportunity to fall down to get back up. The best lessons in life are those you learn when you get back. If you never fall, you never have a chance to figure it out. If you never fall. You guys step up here a second. Okay, so who has a question? Who has a question for our panel? Who wrote down a question? Give me a question. Oh, let me just say this. Since the internet's not working so well, you follow me on anywhere on Instagram or YouTube, okay? You didn't hear me. Follow me on Instagram or I'll kill you. It's Gloria Banks on Instagram. And I'll just be bold about it, because I've always been bold on my goal. If I don't get 100,000 people on Instagram, I'm going to kill somebody.
She's so funny.
Because I honestly believe I have an influence that matters. And I honestly believe you have an influence that matters. You have an influence that matters. You have an influence that matters. I think we forget that our own life, regardless of the story, matters. But most women don't tell the story. Everybody has a story. And while you're thinking of your questions, because you guys are thinking of questions, right? You are thinking of questions, right? I want to tell you there's 3 chapters I talk about. There's 3 chapters of women building businesses. There's the first chapter, 20 to the early 30s, maybe 30. That's chapter 1. She's in the journey of discovery. She's trying to figure out what is going to go on in her life. What path is right for her. She tried a little bit of this, and she tried a little bit of that, and tried a little bit of that, and she's totally fabulous. But it's a tough time because she's not sure if that, whatever she's doing right now, is her life journey. She's on the journey of discovery. And then there's chapter 2. That's 30, upper 35, upper 40s. That's what I call the grind. She's on her grind. She's grinding professionally. She's grinding with her family. She's grinding with her church. She's grinding with her parents. She's grinding with her siblings. She's grinding with extracurricular activity. She's grinding with her, it's all about self-care. She's doing all the stuff. She is like literally exhausted, but she's doing what's required. She's getting her grind. And then there's chapter 3. She's maybe upper 40s and 50s and above. The name of that chapter is Don't Count Me Out. My wisdom will outdo your work anytime. They're unafraid because they've fallen several times before. And they live to tell the story. Watch out for the chapter 3 women. Watch out. Because they're very powerful. Okay, so who has a question?
High 40s
Who has a question?
to 50s and above. So
Yes.
Everybody over 49.
You said you have to learn how to be courageous.
Yes.
How do you learn how to be courageous?
Okay. And I want you guys to think about a time that you had to be courageous. Okay? She's brand new. She just started last Friday.
How do they know this?
So this is one way to be courageous to tell it to all of y'all. Let's start there. But here's what I want to tell you about courage. The number one thing, and I'll come back after basics, but the number one thing it takes to be courageous is to know that it's required. The first thing is to know that it's required. And the second thing I want you to know is that all of you have displayed courage. It's impossible to get to 18 years old to not have called on a courage muscle before in your life. It's literally impossible. What happens is you forgot you had to use it. And so you go into a head trip about what you cannot do. Mostly because you hang around other people who talk about what you cannot do or it's okay if you don't do it. Because when you're talking about something you want to do and it's going to cause courage, the people who love you the most will say, it's okay, you don't need to do it. You'll be okay if you don't do it. Because they don't want to see you go through that, whatever you want to describe it as. Are you with me?
Yes.
So the first thing is, though, to know courage is required. So you want to tell us a little bit about a courageous moment? It's on my mind.
What she said?
I'm not worthy.
Yes, you are.
Honestly, and this might be cliche, but it took a lot of courage for me to say yes and to get the inventory.
Yes.
And just start my journey.
And what helped you with that?
Honestly, I have to thank my director, Tracy Bondy, because she has been 110% supportive, encouraging, and just the whole, you got this, I see something in you, and I appreciate it.
You see her influence.
Yes.
She doing her fighting. And she's standing in front of a room of hundreds of people telling her story because someone believed in her. And she could have said no. But that's not her job. Her job is to offer. Her job is to say yes or no. Where we spend all our time is worrying about whether they say yes or no. Where I'm asking you to spend your time is worrying about did you ask. Did you ask? Because that is the only thing you can control. And all we think about is what she's going to say, which is the one thing you cannot control.
So my courage goes back a little bit past before Mary came. And I was married at the time, had 2 children, but the marriage was going south. And I knew I had to find a way to provide for my 2 children with or without a husband. So at 31, which was considered old, well then, for what I was doing, I joined the police department. I had to go through the academy, so I had to have the courage to go through to succeed. And I think that has helped me in Mary Kay, because I'm not afraid to try. So I think
That's excellent. You guys, you know what you said? This is a great step for people who have to get courage. How many of you have already been thinking about, I need courage? Like, you've already thinking about, I need. She said, try. The word, I decided not to be afraid to try, which is a really big statement. When you are stuck in fear, when you move in the direction, just do some type of movement in that direction and you get closer. Yes.
My courageous moment was when I decided to submit for DIQ a 4th time after not making it past the first month 3 times. And DIQ is Director of Qualification. And that took a lot because I had come home and told my mom, I'm done, I'm gonna go to law school, don't talk to me about it anymore. And there was a postcard from our Diamond Self Development Director, Mike Strong, in the mail with the director's suit on the front and a message on the back. That threw me in the garbage. And I woke up the next morning, it was on the refrigerator. And I had to make the decision that I was not going to give up on myself because there were somebody who had never met me before in my whole entire life who believed in me. And so I courageously went forward. That moment.
Awesome. And she stands here before you as a director. I mean, as character. You guys, seriously, courage means you don't get stuck on the past story. And you only tell the
Yep.
story once you're through the story. Once you're through the story, you should tell the story all the time. And for those of you who are building a business, I'm going to tell you to craft your story. Because you don't craft your story, you just tell the story. So this weekend when we were at Norris Retreat, I saw some of the most amazing storytellers, and one of them was right here with Chrisette Ellis. When she unfolded that story that she told, which were quite a few stories, but I watched her unfold the story. I will tell you, in order to increase your influence, what she just showed you was a story. I mean, how many of you felt the trash can? I like felt the trash can. I was like, wow, I know the trash can. It was all crumpled up in the trash. And you got up in the morning, it was on the refrigerator. You felt it, right? She told a story. I'm here to tell you that if you want to become powerful in your influence, you learn how to craft the story and then tell your story once you're through your story. And everybody has a story, but it takes courage to articulate the story. It may not be time to tell all of the story, but there is certainly a lot more of your story to tell that you're not telling. And I was telling the consultant before, I was telling a story that you tell the story at every appointment. Every single appointment. Because when you tell the story, you give other people permission to do the same. Your influence is much larger than you think. I want to stop and tell you one. Michelle, I was looking at her, she brought me something. It's a t-shirt, and it says, "Become so financially secure that you forget it's payday."
Ooh.
I know. Is that awesome? It's like, well, yay. Okay, but the bottom line is, become so financially secure that you forget it's payday. Did you even forget? Now, how many of you sometimes look at that calendar like, oh Lord, it's the 15th? Yeah. We've done it all. We've done it all. And I remember telling this story about one time I was on the beach. Me and my husband on the beach, and a breeze came, and I was like, and he said, "What was that?" I was like, "Oh, that must have been my direct deposit." I want to tell you guys in the back. Oh, somebody stand up with the shirt on. Stand up with the shirt on. Or just hold it up. Just hold it up. She hold it up. I have those shirts back there. They're called Super Bad. Super Bad all day long. That's my brand. My brand is Super Bad all day long. There's some money bags back there that say Super Bad all day long. And I want to tell you why I started that brand. I started that brand because I believe women are much more courageous, confident, and unapologetically powerful than they are telling the world. You wear that shirt, you give that shirt, you become more like the shirt. It's impossible to wear a shirt that says Super Bad and act like a Millie Mouse. You cannot wear, I'm Super Bad all day. Hey, yeah. Are you with me? You really cannot. So if that's, okay, let's do one more question. Who's got one more question? Who's got a question? Okay, so here's what I'm going to tell you about questions. Everybody has a question. Everybody has your question. You're just the only one that's courageous enough to ask it. But I promise you, if you ask it, someone else has that question. Yes, please.
I don't understand why.
Okay, let me give you this. One president's wives, I can't think of her name, but she said the same thing about women dressed for women.
How am I supposed to take it?
How are you supposed to take that? I'd be like, hey, okay, I'm gonna tell you. I totally understand it. Women encourage women more on the way they dress, the way they look, because they've done on the journey. If I see your hair looks fabulous, I know what you've gone through to get your hair done like that. Most men don't. Most men don't understand what we've gone through to get those kind of clothes. Either the work, the selection, or the fact that we had to sneak it in without our husband knowing that we bought it in the first place. Right? They just don't know. So to me, women dress for other women because women can appreciate what other women have gone through to get there. Like on my stories, I always talk about when I get my hair done, I go and get my hair done at 5 o'clock in the morning. The reason I get my hair done at 5 o'clock in the morning is because no one else is there. My hairstylist starts at 5, and she'll go all day. She only does hair 1 day a week, and then I pay her to come in early, which I did this week because I'm going to go see EIN, and I need to have all black. So, but my point is, every woman that's in this place knows what it's like to be stuck at a hair salon for 4 hours when it's inconvenient.
Yes.
They may not want to be at the hairdresser at 5 o'clock, but they can all identify with, I got you, Gloria. I got you. Y'all mean? So that's how I mean. I don't know how she meant it, but that's how I mean. Right? So when I see somebody dressed really well, I know when I get dressed really well, it was intentional, and I want everybody to know this. So it's very easy for me to walk into her and say, you know what, your hair looks fabulous. Because that hair right there is intentional. Stand up. She did that to be noticed. And that's what I mean. Got it? Okay, so watch my watch. Okay, one more question. Yes, right there.
How do you find time in a unimaginable life to do your
Okay.
hair?
I mean, how do you?
How do you make time in an unimaginable life to do your hair?
Okay, this is great. Everybody's gonna answer this, okay? How do you have time in an unmanageable life to do Mary Kay? Okay, I'm gonna let everyone answer what they think that is because given where they are, and then I'm gonna tell you what my deal is. And I want to start with this. In my 31 years I've been in Mary Kay, I have never met someone busier than me when I started Mary Kay. And I'll tell you a little about that. And then I'll tell you some tricks of the trade. Okay. And if you have something to give, then great.
So, I think for me it's motivation. I work 45
I get your
plus.
picture
Oh.
on Facebook.
Oh, for sure.
Right now I'm a full-time employee. I work 45 hours a week, and last night, my example is, I have a 12-year-old son, came home, did homework for an hour, made dinner, and by 8:30, 9 o'clock, I'm on the couch on Mary Kay doing stuff for the business because I want it. So I'm kind of motivated, and I know that I have to put the time in.
Yes, absolutely. I want you to write this down, guys. She said it. I want it. When I'm talking to women and they tell me they have no time, I tell them they're absolutely right. You have no time. Bottom line is, you don't have time to do what you're doing already. Right? You really don't. You don't have time to do the things that you're trying to do already. So to fix something else in your life, the only reason it works is because you know that you have more and you haven't got there yet.
Amen.
A woman will do whatever a woman has to do if she wants it bad.
Well, in Mary Kay, we have this tool called the weekly plan sheet. So you do a brain dump and put everything from your Sunday to Saturday on there. And then you can look and see where you thought you didn't have time, you'll find some time that you can work your business, even if your schedule is as tight as you believe it is.
Awesome. Yes, yes. And brain dumping, I will tell you honestly that most women don't understand the skill of writing everything down and getting it off your brain and putting it on a piece of paper. And I did learn that skill here, and I learned it before here, but I also learned because I had so much to keep track. So I had a notebook forever, even when my kids were small. If they told me something, it was important for me to remember it. They say, Mom, did you write it down? Like, it's gotta be written down. Because if it's written down, it'll be managed.
Okay, So, when I started Mary Kay, I worked 60 hours a week. I had time for one party on Saturday. And that was after I got off work on Saturday from 9 to 12. And that's what I did, one party a week consistently. And then when I became a director, I was planning a wedding and I was a full-time employee. And I decided then I needed more money. So I worked into my schedule where I slept less so that I could earn more money. And now I have 2 kids, a husband, and a dog, which I have 3 kids because I have a husband. And so now I have to decide what I'm going to do in my house. I have to delegate what's going to happen. I don't clean my house because that's too much work, right? I hire somebody to do that. I have to outsource things that make sense to be outsourced. So grocery shopping, I outsource that. Cleaning my house, I outsource that. And then my assistant comes into my house and does things like my product and things like that. And I had an assistant when I first started. She was a high school student who labeled inventory. And that's how it is.
Not alone.
Yes, round of applause, absolutely, absolutely. One of the things I teach women is the magic of help. And I think that when money is tight, we think we can't get help. But the truth of it is until you get help, things will be tight. So not all help costs. And you will notice that as you increase your influence, which is your light, first, your influence is your light. How happy you can be in your current circumstance. We heard this over and over this weekend, that happiness is not your circumstance. Happiness is a decision. Gratefulness is not your circumstance. Gratefulness is a decision. So people will walk up to you, can I help you, can I help you? Because we're so busy, a lot of times we say, no, I got it, but you really don't have it. So then I tell anybody, do you have young children? Yes, oh, energy. Anybody who has young children, you need some kind of help in that house. I don't care if she comes over for an hour every 2 weeks, and then it's 2 hours every 2 weeks, and then it's 3 hours every 2 weeks, and then it's 4 hours every 2 weeks, and then it's a full day every 2 weeks, and then it's once a week, and then pretty soon she's gonna live there like I haven't lived there for 11 years. And when I married Ken, and he moved me to Baltimore from Boston, after I had a live-in for 11 years, and my live-in said she didn't want to go to Boston, I laid in my bed in the fetal position with my thumb in my mouth for at least a week. Like, what am I going to do? But I would tell you, and I would tell most women, that one of the things that you have to learn to do in order to have a quantum leap move in your business, you have to know that your ability to let someone else help you move forward is a gift to them. Anyone who helps you is receiving more than they're giving. Your energy, your focus, your excitement, your creativity, your courage, your integrity, your confidence, your vision, all of it is a gift to someone else. When I left Germany last week, I was there with Birgit Johnson, who was the #1 national in Europe. And when she said to me that she has 23 directors on the top trip going to Vietnam, 23, and 5 of them were new directors. Right? I was like, oh, she just took my brain to a whole nother level. My thing is, if I can see someone else do it, it can be done. If someone else can win a free car, it can be done. I've been driving free for 31 years. That's nuts. So if I am going to give my money to Mary Kay Cosmetics, I'm going to get products, profit, prizes, a promotion, and a pedal, which is a car. If you're going to give your money to someone else, you're going to get 10 times more back. So the reason I could do Mary Kay when I had 0 time was because of the gifts I was going to give. and what I chose to let go. It's just like that woman who does clothes. She goes in your house and she's on Netflix and she's an Asian woman. She does about clothes. She says, "Let me give you joy." What's her name? What's her name? Huh? Asian lady, yeah. Whatever her name is. Maureen. Yeah. She says if it doesn't give you joy, do you know how much stuff we do in our life that is not joyful? We do a lot, but we don't write it down because we're so busy doing. Okay, so I'm gonna end with this. Stop working and start winning. Because if you learn to win, you won't feel like you're working. Would you give our hot shots a big round of applause? That is so awesome. Okay, if you're a guest, would you please stand up?